Welcome back to the channel. This is VoiceOver Dave, and in this video I'm going to do a walkthrough of the Celebrity Ascent. Lynn and I took a cruise recently on Celebrity, and we had port stops in the Bahamas, Grand Cayman, and Jamaica. And we were cruising on the Celebrity Ascent, which is the 4th Edge class ship from Celebrity. Its sister ships are the Celebrity Edge, Apex, and Beyond. So for this video, I'm going to do a walkthrough, and I'm going to go through the different public areas of the ship, with exception of one area, the retreat. That's like the suites area, and I don't have access to that area. Only the guests with retreat rooms have access to the retreat area, so I won't be going there. But for the rest of the ship, all the public areas, I'll walk through it and give you an idea of what the ship looks like. My goal is to make this video and have the least amount of edits. Once in a while I'll edit things here and there just so you can have a better idea of what I'm talking about, but for the most part I'm going to have the least amount of edits I can from this video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this walkthrough of the Celebrity Ascent. I'm going to start this walkthrough on deck 3. This area is the midship elevator bank, and there's also another bank of elevators at the forward end of the ship. And I'm going to head towards the back or the aft section of the ship now. So below me is deck 2, and there's an area called Destination Gateway, and it's where the gangway is located when the ship is docked on a port day. That's where we go when we want to leave or come back from the ship. I don't have footage of it on this ship. Instead, I have this footage from the Celebrity Beyond, just so you have an idea of what it looks like. Coming up is the back end of the ship. On decks 3 and decks 4 are the main dining rooms for the ship. This restaurant here is called the Tuscan Restaurant, and the doors are closed so you can't see what's inside. But basically on the ship there are 4 main dining rooms. Each have their own theme, and they have 3 menus. All 4 restaurants share the same menu that has items every night. They all share the same menu of items that are different every night, and then they each have their own menu specific to that restaurant's theme. This one's called Normandy, so that's a French-inspired restaurant. So yeah, they're set up for the dining's a little bit unique and interesting. So if you want to try different dishes, and you can go to any of the 4 restaurants, and you have the ability to look up the menu on your app on the phone, the Celebrity app, and just check out the menu every night and see what are the menu items, and you can just plan on going to whichever restaurant you want to and try different dishes. So it's kind of cool that way. Heading back towards the front end of the ship, this is kind of a unique feature they have on all of the Edge class ships, where they open up the wall so you can see the hull of the ship. And this ship has a whole bunch of different art installations, and you'll see some of that as we walk through on this ship. Coming up now in this area of deck 3 is the concierge area of the ship, as well as customer service. And they do a really nice job of having customer service in this area, so it's kind of away from all the main areas of the ship. On some of the other cruise lines, customer service is like right in with all the other public areas, and so as you're walking through the ship, you gotta sometimes walk by customer service, and if there's an issue going on, and there's a huge line of people, it can get really kind of congested. So it's nice that they have their own area for customer service. Here is a picture of the godmothers for the ship, Captain Sandy Yawn and Michelle Dunham. Every ship has godmothers, and those two are the godmothers for the ship. And then coming out from the customer service area is on deck 3, the bottom floor of the Grand Plaza. That's where the Martini Bar is located. They have a really huge chandelier that hangs from the ceiling there. And this Grand Plaza is a multi-deck plaza with a lot of seating in place. And usually this area during the day they would have certain activities like trivia or some games that they would have there. Then at night it's a very lively area where people are hanging out at the bar. They would have live music going on or some dancing going on. So really a lively place throughout the night. Heading up the stairs now, we're going to be on deck 4 of the Grand Plaza, and this is one of the specialty dining. It's called Le Voyage. It's a restaurant by Daniel Boulud. Here's another specialty restaurant, Le Grand Bistro, another French-inspired restaurant. In the evenings, this restaurant becomes Le Petit Chef, and we ate there when we sailed on the Celebrity Beyond. So let me show you some footage of our dining experience at Le Petit Chef. Petit Chef is a 3D animated show that projects it on your table, and the little chef makes the food that you see on the plate. And at the end, your food shows up, and it should look like what was made by the little Petit Chef. And next to Le Grand Bistro is Craft Social Bar. Has some big screen TVs in here that normally shows sports. So if you want to catch one of your teams playing, you can head here and watch your game and have a drink. Here's a look at the casino. We're going to go around to a different path here, and then we'll come back to the casino in a little bit. So down this way are some shops. There's a watch store. It's called Time Is Now. And here's another entrance to the casino. And here's Effie, the jewelry store. So I guess they put the watch store and the jewelry store right across from the casino in the event that you hit a big jackpot and you run over there and spend money on some jewelry. Alright, so coming down this corridor, here's another art installation. We're heading back to the other two main dining rooms that are located on deck 4. Again, downstairs was Tuscan and Normandy. There are Italian and French restaurant. The one coming up here is called Cyprus, and that's a Mediterranean themed restaurant. When we cruised on the Beyond, I believe we ate in this restaurant every night of the week, and the food on Celebrity is top notch. Even in the main dining room, it was very, very good. But we'll show you some of that dining on a different video, so stay tuned for that video to come out with all the food that we ate on this ship. Then across from Cyprus is Cosmopolitan, so this is more American-inspired cuisine in this main dining room. And the Cosmopolitan dining room is also where they serve breakfast as well. So coming back this way through the casino, it is a sea day, so the casino is currently open. I probably shouldn't be walking through here, but I did, and nobody stopped me. But very few people playing because it's still early in the morning. But They have a good variety of games, and they have quite a few number of table games as well. So, not a huge casino, but certainly not small either. Yeah, there's a few people playing, but at night this area is jam packed. A lot of people playing in the room. It actually gets kind of warm with all the people playing in there, but right now not many people playing. All right, so we're heading back out onto the Grand Plaza on deck 4, and like I said, there's a lot of art installations all around the ship. This one's kind of neat. It's made of spoons. All some the artists cut the spoons and um, put all those spoons together to make this one art piece, and it's really interesting and really cool to look at. And this area is it's a seating area for the cafe that we'll be walking up to shortly. A lot of places to sit down and hang out in this area. They got windows here that you can look out and see the ocean. So, a really cool place to just chill out. Coming up on the right is Cafe El Baccio, and it's basically a place where you can get your espressos and macchiato and tea and whatever. But they are not included in the cost of the cruise. It's an add-on. However, if you have the drinks package, then it's included. But these pastries in this display is included. You can get as much as you want from here, and the food that's in the display rotates throughout the day. So right now it's morning, so there are breakfast pastries in there. But during lunch they have little mini sandwiches along with other desserts, and then in the evening they also have different desserts then too. So you can come by there and check it out. Next to that is the iLounge, where you can set up your internet and photo. And then next to that is the shore excursion area. So if you want to book any shore excursion, you would go there. Over on the left side over here is Future Cruise. So if you're interested in coming and booking another cruise, they usually have some deals that you can take advantage of while you're on the cruise. Then there's more shopping over here with a fragrance perfume store, your basic gift store with all kinds of apparel and water bottles, hats, things like that. And then next to that, a store called Spirited, where they sell alcohol duty free while the ship is in the water. And then up front, on decks 4 and 5, is the main theater, where they have like state of the art sound and visuals on the stage. And they have 3 production shows that we saw all 3 of them, and they were just fantastic. The entertainment that Celebrity puts on is top notch, and they have singers, dancers, acrobatics. So we saw a few shows, and let me show you some footage of some of the shows that we saw. So again, on Celebrity, the entertainment is just excellent. And we were blown away the first time we saw the main theater when we sailed on the Beyond. And it's no different on the Ascent. It's just the production show and the performances. It's just fantastic again. So this room is called The Club. It's a two-story venue, and during the day they have activities in this room. Things like games and trivia. We even participated in a tabletop escape game that was really fun. And then in the evenings, this venue turns into either a dance floor that they play music you can dance on, uh, doing like silent disco, or they'll have a different performance group from Celebrity doing some shows in here as well. So another good entertainment venue, good place for you to come if you want to relax and just kick back in the lounge. And they have a bar as well. Now we're gonna head back. Now we're on the fifth deck, by the way, and we're walking through the forward banks of elevators, and real briefly showing you the different areas on the different decks. These are all the public decks. That again, the top decks is the retreat on deck 16 and 17. I would not. I can't go there because I don't have access to the retreat area. On the fifth deck, on the front, this is the balcony sections of the theater. So if you want to sit a little higher, you come up here and grab a seat to see a show in the theater. And then now walking towards the aft part of the ship, going back, walking through the art gallery, and as you can see, it's empty. That's because they moved all the art down on deck 3 where they're having the art auction. But they still have a few pieces of art on display here. Coming out from the art gallery on the right hand side is the world class bar, another bar on the ship, and here they have curated certain cocktails that they have on their menu that's specific to this bar. So no lack of places to drink on this ship. And here is Raw on 5 is another specialty restaurant. It's a sushi restaurant, and we ate here for lunch on one of the days. So be sure to check out our video with the food, and I'll include that in that video as well. Looking down, you can see the multi-levels of the Grand Plaza as we walk by here, and there's a bridge. This bridge is added on the Beyond and now the Ascent. The previous two ships on the Edge and the Apex, this bridge does not exist, it's not there. But walking across the bridge, up ahead is the Fine Cut Steakhouse, another specialty restaurant on the ship. And as you can tell by the name, it's a steakhouse. So here's a quick look inside. Really cool looking booths and tables. Looks like a really nice place to eat. And on deck 5, there's a couple more jewelry stores and shops. You can go here and buy your fancy purses. I'm surprised that this wasn't, these stores aren't across the casino as well, but I guess they ran out of room, so they put it on the 5th deck. Heading back to the rear part of Deck 5, it's one of our favorite areas of the ship. And in order to get there, we have to walk through this art installation, which is really a corridor. And the art pieces on the Beyond is slightly different than this one here, but they have the same corridor, the same hallway. The lighting changes, it goes a little bit darker or changes a little bit of color. But it's just a unique hallway to walk through, and every time you need to go to the back side of the ship on Deck 5, you have to walk through this corridor, and it's just a neat experience to do that. Coming out of the corridor, on the left here are some stairs that leads down to Decks 4 and Decks 3, where you can get to the 4 main dining rooms. And on this right side over here, if you sit in the chairs, you're able to hear some sounds of birds chirping and a stream of water, but you can only hear it if you sit in the chairs. Otherwise, you can't hear it. Here's a restaurant called Blue. It is unique and specific to guests who are staying in the Alpha class staterooms, which we had. So we had access exclusively to the Alpha class guests, and we ate there pretty much every night, and we loved the food there. Now we're heading to our favorite area of the ship called Eden, and it's a multi-story venue. They have a cafe back here that serves breakfast and lunch on sea days, and the food there is pretty good as well. This area is normally has a bar back here, so later on in the day, the bar will open, and there's a small stage that they have performances, piano players, violin players. And then in evenings, it becomes a dance floor, obviously. And then on some nights, they have a performance where they have acrobatics and dancers doing their performance here. It's a small venue, but they cram a lot of people in here to see the shows. And if you're lucky enough, you have to get here real early to snag one of the chairs. Otherwise, you will have to stand to see the show. And now we're going to walk up this ramp to access the next level of this area. Good place to come and relax and have a view of the back end of the ship. There's some cool seating places, cool like this hammock style of seating. Another good place to come if you have a book and just come and relax and read your book, and be able to look out the back end of the ship and see the wake of the ship as it's moving along in the ocean. Here's a look back at the area, and you can see some plants, a lot of plants actually in this room. My understanding is that some of the plants are real. We just don't know which ones are real, which ones are not, but it's interesting that they have live plants in here, and just makes this area even more relaxing. Up on this level, there are more seating areas and a good place to sit if you want to watch a show, and you'll be able to look down and see the performances. In this nook here, there's some books, so if you don't have a book, you can come here and grab a book and find yourself a seat and just relax while you're reading your book. And back down to the floor again. Again, some more seating areas. Now we're going to head down to the bottom area of Eden, and we're going to take a look at the Eden Cafe. It's a unique area to eat. You can sit here and have a really close-up view of the wake behind the ship as you're eating. And it's an open kitchen concept, so if you want to watch them cook all your food, you can easily see that. And the food here at Eden, we didn't eat it at Eden on the Ascent, but we did eat here on the Beyond, and the food here was excellent. So highly recommend eating at Eden if you get a chance, if you are on the ship. So that's about all the public areas on decks 3, 4, and 5. And the next public area we can get access to is deck 14. So we'll get on the elevator and check out decks 14 and 15. We are now on deck 14, and we're going to be heading into the Ocean View Cafe. The Ocean View Cafe is the buffet venue for the ship, and the reason why I want to show you this place is they have really tall glass windows that lets in a lot of light into this area, so it's really nice to be in. And they have these tall ceilings, so It's a really spacious and open area, unlike other cruise lines where the buffet area, the ceiling's low, you feel kind of claustrophobic being in there and it's congested. Here it's just open and spacious and there's plenty of room to move around. It's just a really nice buffet area. One of the nicest we've seen on a cruise ship. I'll be making another video to show the food on the ship, and I'll show the different offerings they have to buffet. But for now, I just wanted you to see the openness and the spaciousness of the buffet area on the ship. Next, we'll be heading out onto the pool deck. So today is a sea day, and they have an event called Coolest Day Ever, just so they can encourage folks to go out and hang out by the pool and enjoy yourselves. And the pool deck's starting to get busy. It's about 8:30 in the morning. A lot of the lounge chairs are already taken up. Here's a view of the pool area at night. It's lit up in really pretty colors. Obviously the pool is closed right now, so nobody's out here taking a swim or anything, but it's lit up really well. It's lit up in these pretty colors, and it changes colors as the evening goes, and it's just really pretty, so I just want you to have a view of what it looks like at night. That champagne glass object there is the hot tub. There's two of them on the pool deck. And later on, when I get up to the next deck, you'll be able to see a little bit better what the hot tub looks like. Next, we'll be heading into the solarium. The solarium is a adult-only 18 and above area, so no kids allowed. And it's covered, so it's indoors basically, and it's a little bit warmer in here, so even on cool days this would be a good place to hang out by the pool. We rather hang out in here since it's a little bit quieter, not as many people are in here, unlike the pool deck where you can have loud music playing or something like that. In here it's a little more calmer and quiet, and we'd rather be in here. If we want to hang out by the pool. They also have a cafe that serves refreshing and healthy options with salads and juices. They have fruit juices that you could purchase, or if you have the drinks package, then the juices are included. Now we're coming into the forward side of the ship, and this is where the spa and the fitness center is located at. We spent every night here at the spa enjoying the thermal suite, and I was able to capture some video of the thermal suite when no one else is in here. In fact, every night that we came into the thermal suite, we had the place to ourselves. There was no one else here, so it was really nice, relaxing, and quiet. Now we have access to the thermal suite as part of the Aqua Class stateroom that we're in. So the Aqua Class, you get unlimited access to the thermal suite, and you can dine at Lou as the exclusive restaurant. So that's the main reason why we booked the Aqua Class staterooms, and it's just a really nice benefit to have access into the thermal suite area. And there are multiple thermal suites, dry ones and wet ones. Here's one of the dry ones that you can go in and enjoy. Back here there are two more rooms. One's, I believe, one's a steam, the other one is like a sauna. And then one of my favorite features of the thermal suite is this shower corridor. where you can get to experience different shower heads. Go through and hit the buttons, and the red ones put out warm water, and the blue ones put out cooler water, and you can enjoy one or all of the different shower heads as you walk through this corridor. Then at the end of the corridor, there's a place for towels that you can pick up and dry yourself off before you head over to one of these warming beds. We like to lay down here at the very end, just relax for a little bit before we head back out into the main area of the ship. All right, that's a little peek into what the thermal suite looked like. Now we're gonna head back out into the solarium and walk back out onto the pool deck and see the rest of the outside areas. Just outside the solarium on this side of the ship is the masked grill, and they serve basically hot dogs and hamburgers, and it's not open yet, but normally opens for lunch. Here's some more seating areas to sit outside and enjoy the outside, and you're right by the pool deck as well. Really pretty architecture. One of the reasons why I'm doing a voiceover, since it's kind of a windy day, as I'm walking outside, you may hear a little bit of the wind. So I didn't have my microphone with me, so instead I decided to do a voiceover on this walkthrough instead. There's the pool deck. You can't see the pool, but once I get up to the next deck, we'll walk around and head back to this pool area, and you can see a better view of what the pool looks like. Now we're gonna head up to deck 15. And we're gonna walk towards the rear of the ship on deck 15. So coming up is the rooftop garden, and one of the really pretty areas of this ship as well. In a moment you'll get a glimpse of it. I'm walking on the walking and jogging path, and it's a multi-level walking and jogging path, and in a little bit I'll show you more, and I'll walk the actual path so you can see what it looks like. But it's really unique to the ship, this class of ship, and it's really well done, the way they have their walking and jogging track. So up here in the rooftop garden, there's a whole bunch of different areas that you can sit and relax. During the day, they normally set up a pickleball court that people can play pickleball. And then in the evenings, there's a big screen up here that they will show movies on. Or if there's a huge sporting event, they would show the sporting event here on the screen. Otherwise, it's just a really nice, relaxing area to be in. We came out here one time when we were on the Beyond,
and it was nighttime. It was kind of cool, and they had blankets for everybody to use while they're sitting out here. It's a cool night. That was really nice. There's also another specialty dining area up here called the rooftop garden grill. And then on this deck at the very back of the ship is the sunset bar, and there's a whole bunch of different seating areas back here for you to sit and relax and enjoy the back of the ship. Um, the bar obviously is not open right now because it's 8:30 in the morning, but later on in the day, this is also a busy place. Folks like to come back here, get a drink, hang out at the bar, or just hang out on these chairs and loungers and enjoy the view at the back of the ship. What we really like about the ship is there's no shortage of seating areas. You can just go to any part of the ship, and even though the ship can carry up to almost 4,000 people, it doesn't feel busy. You walk around, and there's plenty of places to sit and relax and enjoy. So on this deck, there are a couple of plunge pools, and we never really sat in these pools, but it looks kind of cool. I'm not sure whether or not the water is hot or cold, but they look really relaxing to be in. And right now, like I said, it's early in the morning, so not many people are using it, but I'm sure later on in the day, this place can get pretty busy. So now I'm walking on the walking and jogging path, and I'm going to make a full loop of this track. And this track is actually goes from the 15th deck to deck 16 and back down again, and it goes in a figure eight loop. So we'll be making that walk here, just so you can see what it looks like. You walk on one side and run on the other side. Coming up, you can get a better view of the pool deck below. And here's what it looks like at night. Um, Again, the whole pool deck area is lit up with different colors, so it's really pretty at night. There's some ping pong table here. And now we're going to start the incline to go up to deck 16. As you can see, it's a really beautiful day out there. Um, Not too hot, a little breezy because we are sailing, but just a beautiful day. And on the right, here's the entrance into the hot tub of that champagne glass object that I showed or talked about earlier. Again, there's two of them on deck 16. And then up ahead on the left, there's a door that leads into the retreat area. Again, I don't have access since I'm not a retreat guest, but in that area are all the suites, as well as its own pool deck for the retreat lounge. and then they have their own exclusive restaurant called Lumine that no one else has access to. Coming around the corner on the walking track now, this orange thing that you see on the left, it's called a magic carpet, and it's a platform that is cantilevered on the side of the ship. And this platform is a multi-purpose platform. Currently, it is up here on the 16th deck, and it's basically right now just a place to lounge around. You can come up here and sit and relax. But basically, by being on this platform, you're basically off the ship. You're hanging over the side of the ship, and if you look down, you can look right down into the water. This platform on calmer, slower sea days is lowered down onto the fifth deck, and it turns into a restaurant at night where you can sit out here and enjoy a dinner, and it's a specialty dining option if you want to sit out here and eat. And then on days when we're have a stop where we can't get into port, we have to tender in. This platform lowers down onto deck 2, and early in the video where I mentioned about the destination gateway, you would go down there, walk on this platform, and the tender ships would be docked next to this platform, and you would get onto the tender ships from Magic Carpet. So it's a multi-purpose deck, and it's just a really cool feature of the Edge class ships. Now we're back on the walking and running path, coming around the figure 8. And here's a view back. You can see the ramp incline, and you can see a couple people jogging. In a little bit, you'll see them pass right by me. Now we're about to head down the ramp and get back down to the to deck 15. Here's the quick statistics on the track. 3 laps is 1 kilometer, 5 laps is 1 mile. Up ahead is the rooftop garden that I showed you earlier. And then coming around the corner, one more decline down to deck 15. Another nice artistic sculpture of a bear dancing with a woman. And there are the 2 folks that were jogging that I mentioned earlier. They just passed me. So we're coming near the end of this walkthrough video. Hopefully you have enjoyed watching it. One of the things that Celebrity is known for is it's being a premium line of cruise ships, unlike Royal Caribbean or Carnival or NCL. It has an upscale feel to the cruise ship, but it doesn't feel stuffy. It doesn't feel pretentious. It's just really nice. Service from everyone that we meet here has been fantastic, and the amenities are great. Not a good ship for families, since there's not a lot of things to do for kids, but definitely for couples and matured adults. This ship is fantastic. Again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for making it this far. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in our next video. Thanks. Bye.